Welcome back to Treasures from the Purans, a treasure chest of fascinating stories from the Puran genre of Indian literature. The curated stories in this series are from Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, which I have adapted for this podcast. I'm Valentina Trivedi, bringing you treasures from the Purans. Srimad Bhagavatam Punyam Nanakhyan Kavanvitam Dvaipayanamukhodbhutam Panchalakshana Sanyutam Shrinvatam Sarvapapagnam Shubhadam Sukhadam Tatha Itihasamidam Punyam Kirtitam Muni Sattamaha. Anybody who hears this Srimad Bhagavatam, endowed with 5 characteristics and filled with various anecdotes that came out of the mouth of Vyasa, finds all his sins destroyed and attains peace and blessedness. O Munis, this holy history has thus been described to you. The last episode ended with the Devi telling King Subahu of Kashi to ask for a boon. Ekato devalokasya rajyam bhumandalasya cha ekato darshanam teve na chatulyam kadachana darshanat sridrisham kinchit trashulokeshu nasti me kambaram deviyacheham kritartho asmi dharatale. Subahu said, O Devi, even the kingdom of the Devatas and the whole world cannot compare to this divine vision of you. There can be nothing in the 3 worlds which can be more exalted than this vision. O Mother, what more can I ask for? All my desires are fulfilled. The only thing I seek is this continued devotion towards you and request your Shakti to remain in this city of mine as Devi Durga, so that we can continue to worship your form. It is my ardent wish that you remain in Benaras and protect it as long as the city remains on the face of this earth. The Devi smiled and said, O King, I will remain in the city of salvation, and protect its people for as long as it stands on the face of this earth. Sudarshan too stepped forward and bowed before the Devi. O Mother, he said, you have saved my life. I don't have adequate words to describe the boundless ocean of mercy embodied in you. Command me, Mother, where shall I go now, and what work of yours should I do? The Devi smiled compassionately and said, O good soul, go to Ayodhya. Take your rightful place as the king and govern the kingdom there. Meditate upon me always. I will look after the welfare of your kingdom. O King, in the month of Chaitra, Magh, Ashwin and Ashadh, celebrate a grand festival for me. In the Navaratris, especially on the 14th and 8th day of the Krishna Paksh, or the dark lunar fortnight, everyone should worship me devotedly. So saying, the Devi disappeared. The other gathered kings now stepped forward and bowed before Sudarshan. O King of Ayodhya, they said, it is only through your grace that we have seen the Supreme Force, the eternal Bhavani, who grants the 4-fold desires of Dharma, Artha, Kam and Moksha. O Noble One, we are deluded by the Maya or illusion created by the Devi, and so are constantly engaged in thinking of our wealth, sons and wives. We are so established in this awful ocean of delusion, infested with crocodiles like lust, anger, greed, pride, and jealousy. But you are enlightened, so we ask you, what is this force? Where has this omnipresent, omnipotent Devi sprung from? Kindly tell us. With his mind focused on the Devi, Sudarshan began, O kings, I will try to answer your query, though it is difficult for me to describe the glory of the Mahamaya Devi Bhagavati, whose exalted deeds even Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, as well as Indra and all the other devatas are unable to fathom. The omnipresent Devi is present in 4 parts. As the Sattvic Shakti or energy, worshipped by all, she preserves the world. Her Rajasic Shakti is the one which is engaged in creating the world. Her Tamasic Shakti is the part that destroys the world. And then there is her highest Shakti, that part which is the cause of all and the bestower of all desires. It is her Nirgun Shakti. O kings, he continued, only great yogis are able to grasp the Nirgun Shakti. Learned men mostly meditate on the Sagun aspect of her. It is the aspect that possesses attributes, form, and qualities. The kings then asked Sudarshan how it was that he, who had to go and live in a forest at a young age, was aware of this deeper understanding about the mother of the world. Sudarshan told them about how he had stumbled upon the Bij Mantra, or the root mantra of desires, and since then had meditated upon it, chanting it in his mind constantly. Thus, enlightened about the true nature of Devi Ambika, the gathered kings returned to their kingdoms, full of devotion for the Devi. Sudarshan too, along with his bride Shashikala and mother Manorama, and escorted by the army and riches gifted by his father-in-law Subahu, arrived in Ayodhya, where the people had heard about the death of their king Shatrujit. They welcomed Sudarshan delightedly as the rightful king of Ayodhya. The ministers bowed before him, the commanders saluted him, his subjects showered flowers and rice upon him, and the bards started singing his praises. All of Ayodhya resonated with happy sounds and sights. Thus honored by numerous auspicious ceremonies, King Sudarshan entered his palace. He first went to Queen Lilavati and bowing to touch her feet, said, O mother, I swear by touching your feet that I have not killed your son Shatrujit, nor your father Yuddhajit. They were slain by the Devi. O mother, you too know that all beings come to experience pain and pleasure based on their own karma. When pain comes, it is experienced as more pain, and when pleasure comes, it is experienced as more pleasure. But the learned say that one ought not to be carried away excessively in pain or in pleasure. You are entitled to the same respect as my mother Manorama. There is no difference between you and her. Mother, I know the effect of one's karma has to be borne. That is why I felt no sorrow when my mother and I had to live in exile in the forest. And nor do I feel pleasure now when I am surrounded by wealth. The enjoyment of eating and drinking are possible for beings born from any womb. But when born as a human, it is vital that we live by dharma, leading to salvation. Queen Lilavati's eyes welled up as she listened to Sudarshan. She said, O son, I too share the guilt of my father having slain your mother's father and my son taking over the reins of this kingdom. Though I was pained by it, I could not stop them from doing all the evil and cruel deeds. Both my father and son were killed because of the wickedness of their own actions. O noble-souled one, she continued, you are my son and your mother is my sister. I am not at all sorry that you have gained this kingdom. I know you have done so with the Devi's blessings. Now, rule your subjects according to the rules of dharma. Thus, having received her blessings, King Sudarshan left to meet his mother Manorama. Later, he invited his ministers and astrologers and asked them to find an auspicious time for establishing a temple for Devi Durga. All the people of Ayodhya ought to worship the all-pervading Shakti of the Divine Mother, who grants all desires, he said. A beautiful temple for the Devi was thus built in Ayodhya, and at the prescribed time, King Sudarshan performed the ceremony of invocation of the Devi into the idol established in the temple. There was great rejoicing and festivities in Ayodhya to celebrate the occasion. The sounds of various drums and other musical instruments, along with the chanting of the Veda mantras by the priests, resounded in all of Ayodhya as a new age of Devi Bhakti was heralded. Meanwhile, King Subahu too had established a temple for the Devi in Benaras or Kashi. The inhabitants of Kashi started worshipping the Devi with as much ardor as they used to worship Shiva in the Vishwanath temple there. Sarvatra bharate loke sarvavarneshu sarvatha bhajaniya bhavani tu sarvesham bhavattada. Thus, the glory of Devi Bhagavati Bhavani spread, and she came to be worshipped by people all over the country. Dear listeners, if you have any feedback or suggestions, you can write to me at valentinatrivedi@myyahoo.com.